Now, I recently learned that you were mentored and trained at an early age by Danny Gatton.
I was. I met Danny at a blues festival. And Danny and I hit it off right away because his dad used to drag him around to like bluegrass and jazz festivals. And he basically, I learned, he and I had kind of a similar story. He was a prodigy, kid who grew up and his dad really nurtured him. And I got to know him and befriend him for like the last 4 years of his life. And he would come up to me and say, kid, you play blues okay, but you don't know anything about jazz. You don't know anything about, bluegrass and country and real rock and roll. I'm like, real rock and roll? He goes, yeah, like Gene Vincent and the Blue Caps, Buddy Holly, Elvis, Scotty Moore. And I'm like, no, I don't, Danny. And he's like, well, let me show you. And he would get me into this stuff very quickly. He would get me into these like double stops. And he taught me how to use the small pick. He goes, you're going to need this one day. So he gives me a small pick. And he goes, you use your fingers and you kind of clump them together and you make other picks out of them. So he would give me these exercises that would go. And the cool thing was he's like, when you learn to play that, come see me again. Okay. So I was all proud. And then I was like, maybe I add a few notes here, try to impress him, And then he'd play. Okay, come back to me when you learn that. So I would do. And then I would get like, finally, but at the end, he's like, okay, I'm done with you. Yeah, you gotta. And it would be like, just like this blazing in. Like that, and my setup's not really set up for that. But he would show me all these like double stops. And it was like that kind of thing, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And I was like, I think I could like ingratiate this into the blues, So here was like step one of my like kind of crazy style. And it's like, I don't mind if I'm playing. I mean, who says you have to do? Because you can go to like Safari Sam's or wherever the blues jams are, and you can hear Hoochie Coochie Man all day long. And it's like, to me, it's like, well. I always find it kind of fun because you start and end with the blues, and that's always a really cool place,